Yo, yo, good morning. Good morning, good morning. Buenos días. Buenos días, mi gente. La gente linda, la gente buena. I don't even know if I want to speak English or Spanish. I'll probably do English just because I think that's the language that mainly moves in the internet. And I mean, with AI translations now, anyone can pick up on anything around the world. So I don't know. I guess I'll do a little bit of Spanglish. Si siento algo en español, lo digo en español. Y el que entienda, entienda. Y el que no, well, I guess you didn't understand it. But yeah, I don't know what the goal of this is, but I got my coffee, my morning coffee. And yeah, I guess I don't know if you can see the view because of the exposure. I have it not as, I don't know. I literally just woke up, got out of bed. I journaled a little bit on the idea work, got some thoughts out. And yeah, I guess one of my thoughts right now is I want to have like a little session, daily check in where I create some low effort content, and it's literally just me and my thoughts. If anybody's interested or wants to, kind of see what I'm up to, they can check this out and see the evolution, and mostly for myself so I can document a little bit of like video journals, things that I can go back to. And when I say low effort, I mean, I think it's a good contrast to have, because when you're making music, when you're making videos and etc., at least, if you're doing it with attention and you want it to look epic or you want it to be good, it requires a little bit of time and effort, energy, even with AI things. If you make it with AI and then, you add your own touch to it, there's still time and effort that goes into all that. So this is me, I guess, wanting to create something that, especially in the mornings, like I just did, where I get out of bed, get some thoughts out, and publish it. It's like raw, unedited, unfiltered. And yeah, I guess to that, welcome to the first coffee session here in Medellin, Colombia. Literally, I'm drinking sugar or coffee with no sugar today. It's this brand right here. It's El Sello Rojo, Café Sello Rojo, Tradicional. I have a friend of mine. He was, I remember it back in the day. He's like, you don't like coffee, you like sugar. And he was right. So I've been learning to just enjoy to drink coffee, not only because it's healthier, but without any sugar. Now, don't get me wrong, I enjoy a good latte with some caramel syrup. Shit's money. But definitely I'm growing to like this type of coffee where it's just tinto. Como decimos aquí in Colombia, this is called un tinto, which is just black coffee. And a little bit more, I don't know, I guess you can sip it a little bit more. You don't just chug it like I do with all the lattes I get. But yeah, I was writing some journal ideas and getting some thoughts out. So this is, what's today? Today is Thursday, I believe. So this is day 4, June 4th, which is kind of cool because I got here June 1st. So it's very easy to be like, what day is this? 1, 2, 3, especially I guess for the month of June. This first month, I'll be able to kind of be like, what day am I? Day 1, day 2. So this is day 4. Day 1, I got here very late. I got here at like 10, almost 11 p.m. The immigration line was pretty long at that time. And then an Uber ride is quite a bit of ways from where I'm staying to where the actual airport is. So day two, I mostly kind of just walked around, got a feel for the city. Yesterday was day three, and that was a much better day. I actually signed up for the gym membership, which is Smart Fit. I got a Smart Fit Black plan. If you know EOS in America, it's kind of like a EOS. They have locations everywhere. This plan allows you to go to all the locations. So I went into the gym and it was really cool. It's a 3-story building, and I'm sorry, 4-story. No, yeah, 3-story building. But then there's like an outside patio on the third one. And they have everything you need and a lot of machines and a lot of cool like classes that it looks like they had. A lot of people were there, so that was cool. I then worked out, came back, made some breakfast. I've been going to I have two grocery stores, and they're very, very like, it's Ada and D1 de uno. Spanglish, I'm sorry. And they're literally like not even less than 5 minutes, like 2-minute walk. So it's been very nice to just have the convenience there. But anyway, came home from the gym, made some breakfast, some eggs, and then I made some music. I've been setting up. I don't know if you can see it, but like I have my computer, my laptop, my Ableton Push, and just trying to like fuck around, kind of get situated. I'll have to get a little bit more organized with like what I'm actually putting out or what I'm doing. So that's a different conversation. But yeah, then it was a day where I went and used the metro. So I went and got myself like a Civica card. Is it in here? No, it's in the fanny pack. But anyway, just a card that you activate and you put money onto. So I rode the metro. I didn't take it too long. I took it like 2 stops from stop Ayuda to stop El Poblado. And then I walked like an hour and a half. So it was like a 30-minute walk, maybe an hour and 15 actually. But anyway, as I got off the metro and I was going to walk to my homie's house, which is in El Poblado, like up the hills. That's where Dustin and Brooks live, and they have like all this DJ equipment, and it's crazy. They have a lot of equipment, like DJ equipment and camera equipment. Crazy guys. But anyway, when I got off the metro, it was raining. It started to rain like pretty hard, and I was wearing one of these like tank tops and just like pants, and I see a lot of people bust out their umbrellas, and I don't have an umbrella. I come from Arizona, so definitely was not ready for that. But I felt like a gangster because I not only walked the whole way there, but I walked it in the rain, and somehow, I mean, with the internet and Google Maps, it's funny because you have to be careful with your phone around here. You can't just be out in the open fully. I mean, you can, but that's what I'm saying. You have to be like smart about it. So, you check it maybe when your back is like against a wall, or maybe you're like walking towards like the side of a building, and so your right side is safe, and so you just have to be like smart about it. But obviously I have no idea where I'm going. I'm just walking, and so I'm like trying to figure it out. I'm in the rain. I'm trying to make sure my phone doesn't get soaked, but luckily it was like get out, go kind of right, and then just like straight, just follow this road, go straight for like 30-40 minutes. So we did that, we walked, and then hold on, let me see. I want to see the timer. I have the screen display on this DJ Osmo Pocket 3 turn off. So I want to make sure I'm still recording. And hopefully the audio is good. I have this pop filter, but I don't know, I kind of don't like the look of that. And since I know my way around Ableton, I know I can make it sound decent if I have to. What was I saying? Yeah, anyway, so I walked in the rain, and then I made my way over to the homie's house. I said hi, just chatted up. We had good conversations about like a bunch of things. They have completely different lives. They just live together, but yeah, Brooks and with the homie Dustin. So we had some good conversations, some things for me to reflect on, think about, because they've been here for a little bit longer. And they're also older guys. So, that's kind of something I always do. I just take conversations and then, you find inspirations or insights. You pick people's brain and then, you form your own opinions on your own path and your own thing. So anyway, then we went and got some food, and then I took an Uber back home because it was almost 10 p.m. It was, and I was not trying to walk in that time. Just a risk that maybe, I'm sure I would have been fine, to be honest, but I was more than happy to pay for the Uber, especially because I had a long day. I did a little bit of everything at the gym. I did like legs, chest, arms, and then I walked. Well, I looked at it actually on the iPhone Health Steps app. I walked like 12,000, almost 13,000 steps yesterday. So I was pretty beat. I was pretty tired. I came home after, we ate a bunch of food at this crepes and waffles. I got like a huge sandwich and a big crepe. And then I made my way back to the room. And then I took a shower. And then I went to bed. And then I slept really, really good. Didn't have an alarm. I don't know if you can hear, but like the city's a early riser here. You get the birds, you get the dogs, you get the people walking, you get the honking of the cars. And I keep this window cracked and open, so I get the sunlight come in and kind of naturally wake me up. So yeah, I did really good first 3 days where I was getting situated here, kind of getting my bags out and trying to, because this is my room for June and July. Towards the end of July, I have to leave. I have to figure that out. But in the meantime, this is home. This is where I'll be for the next 7 weeks. And I want to make sure I'm productive, that I'm not just wasting my time because the clock is ticking. I have some savings and I worked very hard for these savings, but they're not going to last forever. And the goal is to move here and find ways to generate. And one of the things that I'm really getting into is the power of the mind, the power of your thoughts, like your self-talk. So you have to talk as if that's already happened. You have to visualize it, and it's already happened. Like, I've already figured out ways to make money. I know how to generate money online. I know how to be an ownership business owner and create value. I know how to help others. Like, I'm gonna do it. I am doing it. I see it. I believe it. It's that sort of mental game that the winners and people that do shit kind of, success leaves clues. And as somebody that used to come from, I guess, I never had anyone really tell me anything about the mind and the power of your thoughts. And, I would be very honest. I still struggle with it sometimes. I came up as someone that was very pessimistic, like maybe negative, without really realizing that I was hurting myself so much. But I think it's better later than never. Luckily I've been able to focus on the mental health, the mental positivity, and just your self-talk. And I've been able to see, how the world does kind of help you out. The universe listens. We are literally the universes within the universe, that, without getting too into it. So anyway, I'm speaking, I'm seeing it, I'm fully journaling it, I'm putting the energy out. And this sounds like a ramble. I doubt anybody is watching this, especially since I'm starting it just now. But if you are, this is just me talking. I'm trying to kind of paint a picture of what these first few days were like. And so, yeah, now that the clock is ticking and the runway of the savings is I did the hardest part wasn't getting here. The hardest part is the part that just started, is like making this officially my home and figuring out how I can stay here long term, not just short term. Because my vision for this is like at least a couple years. Definitely very, very doable with the power of the internet and the skill set that I have. I just have to keep pushing and keep believing and keep providing value in the marketplace, because there are people willing to pay for help, people willing to get mentorship, people willing to support you, whether it's through merch, through buying tickets for concerts. There's many, many, many ways to generate income, and I know I can do it. I know I'm going to do it. That's another thing I'm working on, is sales, like a healthy outlook and mentality on sales. Because I've done sales in my life, but I guess I've always been a little bit I've had a weird relationship with money. Like, I used to look at money as like the root of all evil, and not as like the tool that it is, that humans have created. And if you have a better relationship with it, especially in business, where it's like, to me, a good business is when it's a win-win situation. The seller and the buyer are both happy, everybody's happy. That's good business. I'm not a fan of like just all this stuff you see online of like get quick strategies, and like, especially with AI, it's like, and no hate, everybody's free to do their own thing. It's just an observation that I have. It's almost like, the whole Bible thing of create something with your own hands. And it's, there's no better feeling than actually, creating something with your hands. And nowadays you can basically do everything with AI and not even know anything. And then you're just providing all these solutions that may or may not work. Again, I'm generalizing across many industries, but it's an observation I've had. It's like everyone is like, it almost feels like a pyramid scheme. Is like, hey, buy my new agent model, buy my new fucking course, buy this new fucking thing. And like, legit, I had a homie reply on one of my stories. He's like, hey, you need to start posting on TikTok and Facebook, make money on there. And I know that if you get like millions of views, I guess there's like creator programs and you can make money that way. But at least from the outside looking in, most of these creators are like, selling products, where they're doing all the ads of like, I guess, just selling products. Or they're just very big internet personalities. And especially when you're just like a musician, it's not, nobody cares really about your content. Like, you have to be really good at storytelling and give a reason for people to care. So I have obviously the music thing that I'm doing, which is a few projects, but I'm thinking bigger now. I'm like removing that limitation I've had on my mind, which is like that I'm just in music. I don't think I know a lot about myself, and I know that I've learned and I've worked in different companies, different industries, and I've studied the internet. I've studied, have friends that have businesses and LLCs, and I definitely understand the power of ownership and being more than just like pigeon. And that's life too. You got to evolve, you got to adapt. So I see the power of evolving past just like artist, producer, DJ, because I want to help others, whether it be through mental health, mentorship of like how to get out of ruts, how to get out of addiction. So it's a little bit of psychology, philosophy, and again, it's not like I have any credentials or anything. I've just been through it. So that's just kind of what it's for. It's like documenting my journey through all of it. And then additionally, that's kind of like the wellness part of it. I think of it like as a triangle. So there's the wellness part, the other part that I said, ownership, business, money, creating value, helping others. And then the third part of the triangle, I would say, is, the creative, the content creation, the artistic, passion, culture, doing cool shit. So that's sort of, as I'm rambling my way through this video, that's sort of what's on my mind. How I want to move forward is, and I'm going to do it day by day, I'm going to figure it out. I'll kind of read the room, as we say, as DJs, and I'll see what's working, what's not. I'll be able to pivot if I need to. But yeah, most importantly though, all of this can be overwhelming if you try to over strategize and think you have it all figured out. It's a little bit of trusting in God or the universe, whatever you believe in. We're just one part of something much, much bigger. And so feeling like you're control and that you control everything and that you're gonna strategize everything, it can definitely take a mental toll on you. So part of the reason I'm also here is kind of that wellness part that I was sort of talking about. I felt very sick where I was living. Not only like yesterday being rained on, that felt so good. And like the mountains here, the eggs that I've been eating, like everything just feels so much better. The people like literally be saying like, hey, good morning, God bless you, or like, I don't know, buenos dias. And everybody's just really kind of, there's this energy because you're just literally out in the city walking around. And I'm sure other people in other states like New York, probably get that in the big cities. But over here or in Arizona, where I was living in like Tempe, Chandler, Mesa, Phoenix, etc., everyone is just like in their own bubbles, and they, we drive cars, and everybody just like lives in their own bubble. And so you only really see people at work. But if you work from home, you don't really see anybody. And then when you go out, when you hang out with your friends, it's like the same thing over and over. And there's not a lot of spontaneous moments that just life, creates, and like you just happen. So ultimately, yeah, today's day 4. And after I finish this video, I'm actually kind of liking where this video is going. This is one take. I literally woke up. I was like, I think this is what I want to do. I want to do a video where I just sort of do like a video journal, because I think this is the documentation that I've been talking about. A lot of the content that I've been making is trial and error, kind of like short form for TikTok and YouTube and whatever reels. But there's got to be a balance of like long form videos where people can digest like the story on YouTube specifically is where that happens. So if you're somebody that is following the journey and you're interested in seeing how this goes, well, this is episode number 1, I guess, of Coffee Thoughts. I don't know if I'm going to call it that, but yeah, this is where my mind is at. Today, the goal is I'm a little bit sore, and I know I can't go to the gym every single day. So I don't have plans to go to the gym today. I am skipping today, but I am going to go tomorrow. I definitely want to sit down and work on like music and kind of organize myself a little bit more with what I'm trying to finish and put out. Honestly, I also want to get better at, I guess, not streaming, because I don't want to live stream. I'm not Chris Lake. No one really cares like that yet. I don't know. Maybe people do care, but the producer niche, like people that want to watch you produce, is such a small little niche community. So it's not live streaming, but I do want to do like a studio sessions where like I just set up the cameras, record the screen in the laptop for like an hour, and I just produce for an hour. Maybe talk, maybe not. Probably will talk, but minimally. Anyway, produce and upload that like as a studio session. and it's kind of like little nuggets on the internet for people to see how I make music. Ultimately, I do want to set up a Patreon. The Patreon, I'm still working on exactly how I'm going to price it, but the point is, if there are homies, producers, just anybody out there that's interested in kind of learning a little bit more, wants more of like a hands-on or maybe feedback sessions. I guess there's like three levels the way I see it. There's like the free content that's on YouTube or whatever. Then there is like the second tier, which is on Patreon, where you can, kind of dig into the content a little bit more. And then third would be, and this is what's in my head, I gotta fully build it out, but shouldn't be too hard. And then third is like you can actually hire me directly. This is on the website, and there's more direct access to me. So I guess, yeah, it's like levels of access to me. And, I get inspiration from everybody on the internet. So whether it be like personal trainers, fucking just business owners you're seeing selling. I mean, there's so many ways that people are making money. And whether it's mentorships, courses, just educational, entertainment, motivational content, whatever. And, I've been sort of taking references, studying what works, what doesn't, maybe what I could apply into my own structure, little system that I'm creating. And so, yeah, I've noticed it's like, you're basically charging for access to you because everything on the internet is basically for free. So you do want to have content that's free. That's how you kind of, you get the views and they funnel into bigger tiers. And ultimately, though, it's like one step at a time. Like I said earlier, I can try to over strategize and have all these things planned out, but one day at a time, one little action at a time. And then most importantly, I think, is if there's nobody willing to buy it, then none of this fucking matters. So you have to be actually provide value. You actually have to help others, and then word of mouth gets around. People recommend whatever it is you're doing, and this applies, I think, to anything. Whether you're like a tattoo artist, a photographer, a media personality, again, personal trainer, gym, fitness, nutritional coach, whatever the hell you're doing, music, DJ. I think nowadays you have to almost think like a business owner. No, you have to think like a business owner, because with all the tools available, you can cut out the middleman. You don't need to wait for anybody. It's almost like gatekeeping in the music side. There's gatekeepers and shit. You gotta get their approval. Well, nowadays with the internet, you just do whatever you want. And so that's something that I am working on. I'm very much ownership, cut the middleman out, do it myself type of energy. So we'll see how it all goes. This is probably nearing the end. I'm going to try to make these videos 30-minute rants. So appreciate you if you made it this far. I appreciate you watching. If you're casually skipping through, or if you're new here, appreciate you. And yeah, we'll see what the future holds, but we ride forward with our chin up, with smiles on our face, and with good energy and positivity thoughts. And yeah, one step at a time, one action at a time. I'm excited to start speaking more Spanish and meet some cool people around here. And that's probably the next chapter, is to really put myself out there and make some new friends around here. But we'll see. That's a story for different episodes. So later, guys. You guys have a good one.